Hi, I'm going to be reading this article from usatoday.com regarding the shooting that happened this morning. The gunman kills 26 at elementary school in Connecticut. It's first of all, it's a very traumatic event for every human being alive if they find out that this happened. I mean, it's terrible, but crying just like Obama did, I don't think that really helps. So I'm going to try to stay composed, and I'm going to try to talk about this and see what if I can really come up with anything as I read this article or what my emotions are. Newton, Connecticut. A lone gunman shot and killed his mother, then drove to the school where she reportedly taught and went on a shooting rampage Friday morning, killing 26 people, including 20 children, before turning a gun on himself. So this is me reading the story for the first time, so I don't really know all these events, and I'm just going to try to be honest about my, behavior towards it. A lone gunman, so he was alone, and he first killed his mother, then drove to the school where she taught, and he just went on a shooting rampage. So I'm thinking it had to do something with the school or the stress that was putting on his mother, maybe, and he wanted to help in some way, or maybe that was his way of revolting and saying, I've had enough. The shooter was identified by the Associated Press as Adam Lanza, 20, who was found dead inside Sandy Hook Elementary School on a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So I guess after he did all that, he was shocked enough that he said, might as well end my life now. I think I made my message clear. I think I'm just going to end my life. The incident, among the worst school shootings in the U.S. history, is the latest in a series of mass shootings in the U.S. this year, including Tuesday's assault by a lone gunman at a Portland, Oregon shopping mall that left 2 dead and 1 wounded. I honestly don't know how all these shootings are happening or what's going on or what's up with that, but I mean, there's got to be some way to learn from it, or yeah, like you can't just ignore everything. It's an event that took place in your life, you know? You have to think about it, and if you don't, it's just gonna haunt you. It's just gonna traumatize you. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. The world we live in is so messed up. The world we live in is so messed up. All it's gonna do is like drive you negative. 3 weapons were found: a Glock and a Sig Sauer, both pistols inside the school, and a .223 caliber rifle in the back of the car. Cool, I guess. Whatever. Weapons of choice. A federal law enforcement official said the guns had been illegally bought and registered by the shooter's 52-year-old mother, Nancy Lanza. So the shooter used his 52-year-old mother's guns, who the school teacher was. The story just gets a little weird. The AP described her as a teacher at the school, although USA Today could not independently confirm the report. Come on, you gotta be able to confirm that. Ryan Lanza, the suspect's 24-year-old brother, was questioned by law enforcement in Hoboken, New Jersey, and said Adam was believed to suffer from a personality disorder. He, he told police that he had not been in touch with his brother since about 2010. Restaurant owner Mark Tambascio, a family friend, said Nancy Lanza told him recently that her son Adam had Asperger's syndrome, that he was getting out of control, and that she might need special help for him. Doesn't really help now, does it? Tambascio told USA Today's Gary Stoller that Nancy was a good-hearted person who was always doing something for some cause. He also noted that she liked to target shoot, which could explain the guns registered in her name that were in Adam's possession. A federal law enforcement official speaking on condition of anonymity told USA Today that Adam Lenza killed his mother early Friday, then drove to the school in her car with 3 guns, walked to the building around 9:40 a.m. ET, estimated time, shortly after classes began and opened fire. The report was carried by the Associated Press. Oh my god. I can just visualize how that is. He just drove up and started firing, and this is after he has killed his mother. This guy was totally insane. Police said the shootings took place in 2 rooms in one section of the school building, including a kindergarten classroom. Kindergarten? Really? You had something against those kids? This guy's a nut. Theodore Vargas said he was in a meeting with other 4th grade teachers when he heard the gunfire, but there was no lock on the door. He said someone turned on the public address system so that you could hear the hysteria that was going on. I think whoever did that saved a lot of people. Everyone in the school was listening to the terror that was transpiring. As the shooting erupted, quick-thinking teachers and faculty members held some students in closets and bathrooms while others rounded up students and spirited them out of the building. Children lucky enough to escape the carnage were in frightened groups, some crying. Of course, man, they're traumatized, man. Do you understand what just happened? Like, kindergartners got shot at and they heard bullets, like gunshots and stuff. That I don't think those kids are ever going to be able to really function again, to be honest. State Police Lieutenant Paul Rice said the murder scene was so gruesome the first responders, including tactical police squad, were providing counseling later in the day. This is a tragic, horrific scene they encountered, he said. Advance told reporters Friday night that the medical examiner and other officers were working through the night to identify the dead and to try to determine how the grim events unfolded. He said he hoped to release the names of the victim and the gunman. Vance said 18 of the children and 6 adults died at the school. 2 other children were pronounced dead after they were taken to local hospitals. One woman, a victim, was hospitalized. You know, Obama cried, and this makes me cry too, but there's nothing we can do about it. There's not a thing we can do about it. This happened. This crazy, this and that. I don't want to say the words because it's not going to make the situation any better. But this just happened, and I don't think I can learn anything from it other than I don't really know, man. There's not a reasoning. There's no scientist. Nobody knows. Nothing. Nothing on this earth can tell me how to deal with that. No, nothing. I try to talk to it with my father or my mother. They're just like, well, yeah, it happened. It's sad. Well, yeah, just forget about it. Like, you can't help it. And they're right. I can't help it. I'm just supposed to have faith. Faith?